Elite international soccer exacts a severe physical toll. Every sprint, tackle, and sudden change of direction introduces micro tears into muscle fiber and compounds the wear on knee and ankle joints. Yet in June 2026, a 38-year-old Lionel Messi walked onto the pitch against Algeria and scored 3 goals from open play. He dictated the entire rhythm of the match, earning a flawless 10 out of 10 statistical rating. That hat-trick pushed his career World Cup goal tally to 16, tying the all-time tournament record set by Germany's Miroslav Klose. For a forward playing at the absolute pinnacle of the sport, approaching 40 years old is a terminal diagnosis. The body loses fast-twitch muscle fiber, recovery stretches from days to weeks, and aerobic capacity drops. By the standard metrics of sports science and human aging, an athlete competing in their 6th World Cup lacks the biological capacity to dominate a match with this level of intensity. But scientists now recognize a strict division in how we measure time. Chronological age simply counts the year since birth. Biological age measures the actual functional capacity of your body and the cellular wear and tear inside your tissues. This infographic maps out the biological aging spectrum. Researchers calculate your position on this curve using epigenetic clocks. These clocks read chemical tags on your DNA, specifically patterns of DNA methylation, to determine how fast your cells are deteriorating compared to the calendar. The markers on the left side of this scale illustrate that biological age responds to intervention. Quality of sleep, diet, and daily movement can actually decelerate the rate your cells age, which raises an interesting possibility. Perhaps Lionel Messi's current performance isn't entirely a product of rare genetic luck. He may have orchestrated a highly effective environmental and lifestyle intervention. To understand how his body survived 2 decades of elite competition, we need to view his career choices through the lens of epigenetic science. When athletes refuse to alter their physical mechanics as they age, the resulting wear and tear drives systemic inflammation, directly accelerating their biological clock. In his early 20s, Messi operated as a classic winger. His game relied heavily on sheer physical speed, rapid acceleration, and explosive cuts to beat defenders. But as the calendar advanced, he initiated a series of tactical evolutions. Over 5 distinct eras, he moved from the wing to a false 9, then the center of possession, and finally settled into his current role, a holding midfielder and deep-lying architect. This shift provided a massive physiological advantage. By reading the game 3 steps ahead of the opposition, he minimized the need for constant high-impact sprinting. He traded raw physical exertion for mental anticipation. He effectively rewrote his own job description. That tactical intelligence acts as a shield, insulating his joints and muscles from the extreme physical attrition that normally ends a soccer career. The physical toll is only half the equation. Chronic psychosocial stress triggers a sustained release of the hormone cortisol. This constant chemical wash promotes systemic inflammation, which is one of the fastest ways to accelerate epigenetic aging. Most aging athletes face a spike in this exact type of stress. As their physical skills wane, they deal with intense anxiety over their historical legacy and sudden pressure regarding their long-term financial stability. Messi structurally eliminated these stressors by moving to South Florida. His contract with Inter Miami includes direct revenue sharing with Apple and an option to acquire franchise equity, permanently securing his financial future. Mentally, he stepped off the treadmill of external validation. In a private meeting with former Italian forward Antonio Cassano, Messi stated he plays simply for the love of the game, expressing zero concern over whether people rank him 1st, 5th, or 10th in history. Letting go of that legacy-chasing anxiety directly impacts the body's chemistry. It dials down the stress response, keeping those age-accelerating inflammatory markers in check. By securing complete financial autonomy in Miami and detaching his ego from historical rankings, he built an optimal, low-stress environment to decelerate his biological clock. To see what happens when an athlete takes the opposite approach, we can look at the 2026 World Cup performance of 41-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo. This side-by-side chart compares their opening matches. While Messi recorded 58 touches, 3 goals, and a perfect 10 rating, Ronaldo attempted to force the game through sheer physical effort. The result was a heavily strained performance, yielding 0 shots on target, a 6.3 rating, and just 25 total touches. Looking deeper into the data, the gap in box touches and pass completion rates illustrates two different realities. One athlete is working with the natural efficiency of a decelerated biological age. The other is struggling to outmuscle a rigid chronological clock. The numbers visualize the heavy physical cost of age acceleration, driven by tension, compared to the longevity achieved through careful adaptation. Messi recently noted that he feels capable of playing 3 or 4 more years at the elite level. His biological capability has successfully decoupled from his chronological age. He achieved this by consciously adapting his playstyle to physical limits, engineering an environment devoid of financial or legacy stress, and retaining a genuine joy for his daily work. Only one nation can lift the World Cup trophy. But the epigenetic principles keeping an aging player at the top of the sport demonstrate that we all possess the biological tools to slow our own decline.